Hi Sasha, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me.
Of course.
So who are you and what do you do?
I am a poet and an essayist, and I also am a professor in the creative writing program at Colorado State.
What was your path to get to where you are today?
So I was originally a history major and took a creative writing class in my final year as an undergrad, and the professor who taught that class said, you should just stay and do the MFA. So that's what I did.
Okay. Did you write while you were in high school and middle school or just
Yes,
college?
I wrote from before I could write, apparently. My mom says I would tell her stories and I would ask her to write them down, so.
Oh, that's very cool. How much of your career as a poet is actually writing poetry?
Great question. It would be hard for me to quantify simply because I'm kind of always thinking about these things, and writing for me isn't just the sitting down at the desk. It's collecting words, for example, just that I'm excited by at the moment, or reading, as I've said. I feel you really have to set some time aside. You have to have boundaries, say I can't do that because that's the day I write. That's the time I write, however it is that you find is most fruitful. The one answer would be I'm always writing. The other answer is I never have enough time to write. What's next for you? What do you have planned after graduation?
Yeah, so while I plan to major in nursing at University of Portland, I definitely don't want to give up my interest in reading and writing. I think writing a book one day is my biggest goal. And publishing a poetry book is my senior project. So that's kind of a step in that direction for me.
One of the things that's been really important to me is to be a part of a community of writers, both because, writing is hard work, and being around other writers is, you can talk about the difficulties, you can generate ideas together. So I feel like that to me has really been crucial to my writing life, and to continue it. As a writer, I feel it's an absolute necessity to have relationships with other writers as well as other artists of all kinds, because I think just being in spaces with artists is really important.
So Sasha, what is your favorite part about being a writer?
I think I would have to say that just entering the space of language as an oral as well as a semantic or meaning, or, all of those things, it's almost like a forest for me. It's like getting lost in that. And I just love that experience of time kind of disappears, and it's just this almost alternate space that I feel very lucky to have been able to enter.
What advice do you have for me?
I think my biggest piece of advice for most writers is to trust the process, but the process, we don't always know what that is, right? So that's why we must trust it, I think, and that means that going outside of your regular rituals or procedures or whatever that we kind of have gotten into as habitual in terms of a writer, oh, that worked before, I'll do that again. To not let those limit you, to really be open to those experiences and those processes finding you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Sasha.
My pleasure.
Amazing advice, and I'll definitely take that with me.
I will be interested to see how your writing unfolds over time.
Thank you. Me too.